Hi everyone, this is Michelle Lightworker here, and I felt really guided today to talk to you all about the difference between caring and caretaking. Many years ago, I was actually confronted by this statement that caring is different from caretaking. Caring, is when we actually have a concern and a heartfelt connection with other people. And what I read was that caring is different from caretaking insofar as caretaking takes away an ability for someone to experience and learn from a certain situation and to grow through it. And we jump in and we rescue other people versus just caring and knowing that they are responsible for their reaching out, they are responsible for their resourcing, they are responsible for the planning and their strategizing of how they're moving forward in their life and taking responsibility for that. And when we jump in to fix, we already see someone as broken. We don't see someone as actually on a journey of evolving. And so those people that we jump into rescue and to caretake, what we may not understand is that we're actually contributing to keeping them from growing and from evolving. And when we realize that, we have more of an opportunity to actually take a step back and say, hang on a second, I'm actually contributing to someone and their disability in this situation that they haven't learnt their ability yet. And so I'm keeping them disabled, so to speak. And when we understand that, we tune into more of our higher self to say, hang on a second, what am I actually in this situation, in participation of this situation, what is my role really here? And if I'm hanging on to trying to fix or control a person, I'm actually behaving in a toxic manner. I'm not actually seeing the situation with my third eye, which would be open to seeing the higher self in the person, in the situation. Even if they couldn't see the higher self, that you would see it anyway, and you would believe that they are capable of accessing their higher self in that situation. When we are continuously thinking about someone or someone keeps dropping into our thoughts and we know that we feel really powerless and we want to jump in and kind of like this compulsion to be there and to do it now and to, that's actually a symptom of our state of dis-ease within us. That's why they say codependency is a disease. That's why they say alcoholism and drug addiction is actually a family system, because the disease is perpetuated by people trying to enable and control the addict. And when we take a step back and we actually take care of ourselves and go, okay, come on guys, let me at it. What involvement do I really need to have and participate in this situation? Now, if two things are blocking me, which could be guilt, usually guilt, it's the heaviest of emotions. Guilt is the heaviest energetically. It shuts every one of our energetic centers down. It is so unhealthy for us. If you're struggling with guilt, deal with your guilt and do not make your guilt about the other person, because it's not the other person. The guilt that you're feeling is created by your belief system, and the guilt that you're feeling is actually creating a toxic environment for yourself. And so I believe it's related to self-worth. So when we actually value ourselves, we let go of guilt and we actually are quite at peace with our journey and quite at peace with another person's journey as well. And the other thing stopping us is that compulsion. It's like, oh, I've got to be there, I've got to do that. It's as if we're on a trigger to fix, to be there. But if you stop for a second, what's behind the trigger is usually that we're running from self. What might look like we're running towards someone is actually running away from ourselves and then using the other person as an excuse, as a scapegoat. So we're not actually in our healthy state of mind or energy centers when we're doing that. We're actually quite uncentered. And it can create anxiety, frustration, burnout, depression, because no matter what we do. And we become the resentful martyrs that are bitter, that it changes us. It changes us, and our heart centre is not as open. Then we start doing things from the head, and we start to realise that our mental health is deteriorating. And usually it's enablers and caretakers that end up in the counsellor's office, social worker's office, with depression, with anxiety, with paranoia, with all these mental health issues because they haven't been able to let go and they're carrying too much. Not to mention the physical symptoms of all that. Can you imagine? Not being in your body, feeling a lot of guilt, not feeling self-worth, having a closed heart. All these issues affect everything. Your heart chakra, your solar plexus chakra with your liver. There's just a plethora of opportunities for us to gain addictions and weight because we're carrying a lot of weight. So when we let go of a lot of things that are toxic to our physical environment as well, and we allow our belief system to change and our mental health to restore, and our emotional reality is less emotional. Usually with enabling, we're enmeshed in our relationships with people and our boundaries are blurred. We have no energetic intelligence between another person's toxic reality coming straight on to us. So when we actually create that space to take a step back and to understand what our part is, we do need to take space to do that sometimes, then we can actually be clearer on how someone else's energy is affecting us. I hope you understand and have enjoyed listening to this, because it is one of the biggest life-changing things that I believe people like in the caring professions and light workers in general, which helping people every day, are doing it from the right frame of reference and for the right reasons as well. So namaste to you all. Blessings. If you have any questions about it, please don't hesitate to contact me at lightworkerreflections.com, and lots of love to you all.